All right, how's everyone doing out there? My new lineup of intro stuff that I had planned. That one went a little bit longer, but that's fine. Yes, I hope everybody's having a. What do we just say? CC says, "Good morning, good day, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world." Licking his balls or he licks his own balls or something. I don't know. But yes, let's bring in our guests today, and we have the lovely Queen as always
And
with
the
her.
cane.
Yeah, and the cane. Yes, he is the jester of the family, and he's
Mm-hmm.
always on the side doing silly things that make us laugh
Yes. And wanting attention.
and wanting lots of attention.
But
So
no, I
hope
like the new intro. It's nice.
thank you. Hello, Brainless. How are you doing?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. And I was told to apologize for Vila, but she's not doing good. She's in a bit of pain. She had a busy day,
Aw.
so she will not be popping on here. But yeah,
Okay, we'll give her lots of good lovin's and wishes and
Yeah.
happy thoughts. Then if she's not feeling well, and we'll we'll excuse her this time. No, I'm just kidding. And yeah, we understand definitely, Vila. So here
yeah.
we go. We have a warning from the Ox. Warning:
Yes.
this is an adult channel. If you are under the age of 18, please leave this channel and go to your parents and smack the fuck out of them for not raising you better than to be here. Exactly. So thank you, Ox. Really quick, I want to say hello to the side chat. We have the Skits Crusher, we have the Sydneys, and then of course the Ox. If there's anybody else in the side chat who's
Hello,
not said
everybody.
hello, yes, if you have not said hello to us and you're in the side chat, please say, oh, there we go. There, Lucifer Almighty just
Hey, Luke.
hosted. So hello, Lucifer. If there's
Hail.
any hail, yes, hail the Almighty
Hello, Dark
Lucifer.
Lord.
Yes. If there's anybody in the side chat who would like to be on the panel or on the show, just let us know some way, shape, or form, and we will get you that link and you can be on here. I sent it to a handful of people, but I didn't send it to everybody because I don't know who's available and who is going to be here. So that's normally how we do these things is if you're in the side chat and you want to be on the show, freaking let us know and we let you on. If we know you, obviously. If your name is Dark Knight, no, is that what it is? Tiny Dick Knight.
Dark Ninja?
Small Dick's Ninja.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Little
Small Dick
Dick Ninja,
Ninja.
that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Micro Penis Ninja, or some of
Baby
the
carrot
other
ninja.
trolls. Yeah, baby carrot ninja. There we go. Yes, everybody has hashtag baby carrot ninja.
He has joined
And
Rev.
yes, then we won't let you on. But most of the people here are like actually really friendly, and we normally don't have trolls on these shows that we do. So if you would like, definitely join us. We do have a poll out that it would not let me post until we went live. So it is worded a little weird because I thought maybe I was using vagina and orgasm and it didn't like that for the poll. So that's why it's worded the way that it is. And thank you, Queen. So what people would like to talk about, we have 3 subjects we're going to be going over. And thank you all for the thumbs ups. So right now it is vages. And the topic is what not to put in your vagina. So it's not just vages. It is, and everybody welcome JB. Welcome, sir.
And
The
Liz.
William. And
Oh,
Lee.
Lee.
Yes, and Lee. So do we want to talk about what not to stick in your vagina from a medical professional? And then arms is bionic arms. And then 6 different ways to orgasm. Just like it says in the title of this video, that's what we'll be going over. So what not to put in your vagina for vag, bionic arms, and there's a lovely lady who has 2 bionic arms that were given or she has, and they work really, really awesome. And then the third one is going to be 6 different ways to orgasm. So now that we've gone over that, let us know in the poll what you would like to talk about first. And I think we should be able to get to all the subjects tonight. If we get more guests on, maybe I would like more input. So if we could get more people on the panel, that would be wonderful. Like the Sydneys, if you want to come on, we would love to have you on as always.
Doesn't sound like subjects.
Right she would be very quiet about them most likely. And then of course my favorite side chatter is Slim's stapled pink penis. He says, "Don't do staples. Stay too hard out of the hoochie." So yes, that is a big conundrum about getting stapled. Is try to staying out of the hoochie, but when your significant other wants to have sex, you kind of just have to, or it's
No, you don't have to.
No, of course, but it's stiff to say no to your significant other. So usually I say yes.
Hey,
yes,
Irish.
And everybody say hello to Irish stew, which is some of my favorite type of stew is Irish.
Yes.
And yes, 6 different ways: on the floor, standing up, in bed, in the shower, etc., etc. Exactly. No, I believe what we're talking. Yes, and I believe what we're speaking about is there's squirters, there's an internal orgasm, there's a clitoral orgasm, there's multiple types of orgasms, and that's what we're going to be going. And I believe they're all female, because men will orgasm no matter what you do to them. It just happens. But for women, it's a little different, and why not go over these? And hello, Sydney. How are you doing?
Hello. How are you?
Sydney.
I am wonderful now that you're here on the panel, so that I can hear you cringe to the topics.
Right. Hey,
That's right.
I love you too, Slim.
Yes.
Not really.
And then JB says, "I've only said no to sex once." And if you would like to elaborate on that, you can totally elaborate on that and why.
Right.
JB. No need to elaborate. Okay. Come. Shh. Stay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then in that case, then we don't need the story, because I already figured it out. I mean, I have an image in my head. What happened? Stapled condoms, the sadistic French tickler. Exactly. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, try to use something other than a condom as contraceptive, because you never know if there's going to be something wrong with it, or the person you're sleeping with for the first time is crazy and has put holes in it, because we have handfuls of cases to explain that. Let's see. Yay, we have the mangoes here.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I made sure Mango was going to be here.
Awesome, sweet. JB, do you go on streams? Because you can totally come on here if we can get you the link, and you can explain it personally yourself in first person. Yeah, no. If you would like to come on the stream and explain the only time you said no, then we will be down to hear that. Okay,
I got you,
sweet.
JB.
Yeah, okay, there we go. So let's see. I think one of the only times I said no to sex, and for some reason my phone just as Google is trying to answer a question that I just said, my phone just turned on and looked up when not to have sex, I think is what it just says.
I don't quite know what to say about that.
Yeah. Google is definitely on it.
There's only one answer for that. If you don't want to.
Well, that, and if you're in a dark alley and she has an Adam's apple, that you're like, I don't know about this.
Slim,
I know.
I'm into that.
Hey. No, I'm not kink shaming. It's just
the only reason is if you don't want.
Of course. But that's when it's sketchy. That's when it's sketchy.
If it's not
that's
legal.
Very true. But the back alley sex is a little sketchy if you don't know the person, because you don't know what they have. And even if you put on a condom, there's still a chance of getting something, because you never know if they want to spit in your mouth, or there's a handful of other kinky things that may happen.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay, what condoms aren't supposed to go off like a water sprinkler? Question mark. No, they are not, and that explains the kids. And yes, exactly. So, what? One of the reasons that we have this show is to give a pseudo education, at least that you understand that concept and know when a condom is working and when it's not working. So there we go.
JB's
All right.
here. Hey, honey.
Yes.
Howdy, Cash. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
Slim, good to finally talk to you.
Yes, wonderful to actually meet you on the vocal side of the interwebs. There we go.
For
And
sure.
meet the Sydney, the brainless, and the mango.
I've heard the squeaks before, so
Can't forget.
It's the only way
There
you
it is.
recognize me.
You won't forget them. If you visit, you won't forget them.
All right.
Same with if you've seen her, though. Just saying.
Like I was saying, the only time I turned down sex was
What,
when I
you
was in
heard, JB?
Tijuana, and I was going down an alley one night,
Yeah.
and a lady boy asked me if I wanted to date, and I said, no, thank you. I'm going to pass on this one because I don't really want to get anything, not being prejudiced at all. But when you're in a dark alley walking by somebody, they ask you to do things. No, I'm okay. I'll pass on that one.
I mean, it all depends on how much you value life, I guess.
Or trust condoms, I guess is the other thing. Because they will usually use a condom in most cases because they're trying not to get anything. But again, when you have a person in a dress who goes, hey, you want a blowjob? You're like, no, I'm okay. No. I'll do that in the sex dungeon, in the clubs and stuff. That's what I'll find a lady in a dress.
That's more expensive.
I get you, but I will pay the extra $100 to not get an STD or an STI.
Hey, a new person. Hello,
And
Logan.
we have
Hi, Logan.
we do know Logan. So let me do this right quick and give you a blue wrench. And there we go. Okay, and now let's see. JB, what is the story that you want to tell us about how you experienced turning down sex?
well, it's not exciting, but I had broke up with this girl that we were together for a long time, and she didn't want to be broke up. So she showed up at my apartment and stripped totally naked and tried to get me to, and I knew that if I did, it would send her the wrong message, and I just wanted rid of her. So
Yeah.
I turned it down, and it was really hard because she had just got fake tits. Sorry.
Oh.
And I had never seen them before.
Yeah.
And they were,
Well,
they were
I mean,
beautiful, but I said no.
I think most of us have been there as well, where you do have a significant other that you break up with, and they try to come back and try to get in your bed or, show you nudity, either text message and or showing up. And you're like, do I want that crazy still in my life? No, sorry. I'm going to have to turn you down. So, yes.
It was hard, but I made the right choice.
I can imagine it was hard.
I'm sure you were hard. But
I
yes, it
was.
is a difficult choice to make at that point, because that is the problem is all the blood rushes to your penis and your brain doesn't work anymore because there's no blood in there anymore. So, it's difficult to make
yeah,
decisions.
I made that mistake a few too many times.
Yeah,
Had
because
3
just
kids.
just like a penis, a vagina can be full of blood as well, and it can be engorged while it is ready to go. So it can almost do the same thing, to where there's not as much blood in your head as there is in your genitalia, and you are thinking with that object because your brain is not working because there's no blood there. And that's the genius way that animalistic nature works. They figured out a way to make there's no blood in your brain to not think, but the other part has it so that you want to use it. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have a vagina, but I know what it's like to have an engorged penis and be attracted to something that's in front of you and be like, down boy, down, grandma, killing puppies, like what else can I think of?
When it's hard to say no.
Yes, definitely. It is definitely
For that,
hard.
we've got the hub. And
Yeah.
hey, Demon.
There are a handful of free porn websites that you can look at if you need to relieve yourself before you get in trouble by sticking your thing in or getting stuck by things that you shouldn't be. Yes. All right. So it looks like our poll is at 40% vages, which is what not to stick in your vagina, 20% arms, which is bionic arms, and 40% orgasms, the 6 different ways to orgasm. So we can get a couple more votes in there and we will figure out which one we're actually going to do, because we can't 40 and 40, we need a divider, a splitter, a leg spreader, never mind, sorry.
I think speculum is what you're looking for.
There we go. Yes. Or stirrups, those are my favorite in the dungeon. I love the medical room because yeah.
Mango,
I miss
what's
going to the
your
dungeon.
note?
I need to go to the dungeon
Oh, thank you.
again.
Well, yeah, we miss you.
Yeah.
That face.
Okay, so now we're at 45%, the big O. So I'm going to give it just like 10 more seconds or so to see what we were going to be discussing first.
How disgusting we are going to be?
Yes, exactly.
I mean, since you haven't been in the dungeon, me and Mango haven't been having as big of the big O's, but
Yes,
we
I
make sure
know.
we're taken
And
care of.
I know. And I believe last night we talked about helping facilitate that a little bit more. So
Yes,
that will be talked
we
about.
need to talk later.
Yes, exactly.
Lee, usually, yes.
I hope that it takes more than 10 seconds for that to happen with anybody. But again, we don't kink shame here.
Right.
Yeah, let's hope I can keep it up more than 10 seconds.
Yeah.
In little over a week.
I've learned that all women are different. I was with a gal that she could have the big O at the drop of a hat. Like if I just touched her, she was able to.
Yeah, the way that we describe it is women are like Rubik's cubes. Some are easy to figure out and you can just like, oh yeah, there we go. Others you're like sitting there for an hour and a half, touching and probing and twisting and sticking your fingers in.
I hope there's not too many twisting things happening depending on the body part, but that's just personal preference.
I mean, twisting of some of the body parts is quite fun.
Yes, it is. That's why I said, certain body parts. Like some things don't twist on me.
No, totally, definitely. But like I was saying, it's like a puzzle.
Rotate around.
Some people's puzzle. It's only 4 pieces. Other people's it's 150. And the corners, they don't have corners. It's a whole circle puzzle. So it doesn't make it.
Well, to further that, I've learned that there's such a thing as sexual compatibility. There's been certain situations where nothing I did seemed to work, and there's been situations where everything I did seemed to work. So it just
it's just
and
definitely
one of those things.
Your kinks have to somewhat intertwine to some extent, and what I mean by that is nobody that we're talking to or that is going to watch this or hear this has normal sex, which I mean like missionary, and that's all they're going to do to get off. So it's how you interact with the other person that makes that work. That if you do, there has to be certain types of attraction first before anything happens, and then the foreplay during and then after and cooling down, and there's a handful of it's not just That's what sucks so much about like Mango knows about like the conservative like religious groups that are like it's only for procreation, and you're like, so literally your dude just gets in and just goes and then have a good night there, honey, and it's like, wait, no, that's so horrible. You're missing out
Right.
you're missing out on so much more pleasure. You literally, although we do know that most people behind but we do know most people behind closed doors are more kinkier than they say they are, especially like religious people. Because
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
I think the kinkiest sex I ever had, or the most like insane sex I ever had, was with a pastor's daughter. I mean, she was like the first one who was like, "Oh yeah, just put it in my butt," and you're like, "Wait, can I go to your vagina first?" Or and he's like, "No, I just want it in the butt." And okay,
Well,
you know,
yeah, because
It's
you know,
the loophole.
a lot of them.
yeah, no, I know, no, it was that's what she
is-
said. No, that's what
if
she
you get
said.
in the
She
butt,
was
you're
like,
still a
Yes,
virgin.
I love Jesus.
yeah, well, and not just that, she says I can't get pregnant in the butt.
That's true.
So
too.
That's true.
So she's just like, no, it's just.
But yes,
no, she.
religious people can be some of the biggest freaks. I mean, I went to Catholic school, and me and most of my friends are extreme freaks. So
When you have your priest, pastor, the other thing, taking a ruler and knuckling your knuckles, hitting you, wrapping your knuckles for doing something wrong, you get into kink really fast.
oh yeah,
And then
I
there's
mean,
also
once
the
you
whole
start
aspect
getting-
of like, oh, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like constantly being told what you cannot do just makes you want to do it even more. So
yeah, no, it makes it more kinkier because you're like, oh yeah, I'm doing it this way, or we're doing bad things. Ooh,
like in the back of a church.
yeah, no. Well, I got kicked out of Christian school for finger banging my girlfriend in chapel. That's how I got kicked out of Christian school.
Yeah,
So,
luckily,
yeah.
we didn't get caught, so we didn't get kicked out. But
The only reason I got caught was because the girl sitting right behind us wanted to be my girlfriend, and she was way too like right wingy for me, like too on that side. And the girl that I was dating was a heroin addict that I didn't know at the time, but she would go shoot up heroin right before chapel. And so like every time like I would play with her, she would just orgasm like insane after lunch for some reason in chapel. And now I knew afterward it was because of the heroin. But yeah, no, it was just like, we're in chapel. I'm not listening to this bull crap, and my girlfriend's letting me put my hand up her dress.
yeah, I mean,
It would be a funny thing, like when you
And
get
especially-
baptized, you can say, "And that's where you were made."
And that's where, yeah. Well, what was funny is when she was, saying, oh God," and during, the service was.
it wasn't exactly praying. I mean,
What was
in
it?
a
Yeah,
way, you
exactly.
can consider praying, but
Well, it's a manner of praying, I suppose.
Well, God's a pervert and he likes to watch. So I was just doing it in his house of representative, right? I mean, if you're going to watch me do it, you might as well just watch it in your house.
exactly.
Yeah,
Cheese and rice.
you
And
were
what
his
was-
Pornhub.
Yes. So we're about ready to get into it, and it looks like the big O is going to be what we're talking about. But right before that, as they were kicking me out, they called me a fallen angel, and they said I was sent here by Satan to corrupt the youth. And I was like, that is metal. I was like, that is so hardcore.
I wish someone would
Yes.
say that to me.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, score. I
Uh-huh.
did exactly what I wanted to do or whatever. And the only problem about that was I was doing drugs at the time. I was 15, 16. I think I was 16 at the time. I actually walked around for a year and a half, maybe 2 years, thinking I was a demon until I came to the conclusion that, like, if I can hurt myself or die, or I have asthma and other things, scoliosis, I'm probably not a demon because
Exactly.
I have human thingy about, but I literally walked around for like a year. I'm like, I'm a demon. It was not good for a 16-year-old to think that like
I mean, the screwed up part about my time at Catholic school was we didn't get kicked out of school for having sex in the back of the church, But me and my friend got suspended for writing the best part of waking up is cyanide in your cup.
Oh, jeez.
We
Of
get
course.
suspended for
Of
a
course.
poem, but not having
Yeah,
sex.
of course.
What?
Yeah, no,
What?
yeah. Yeah, it's their rules were redonkulous. Like before we get to the big O, I was in science class in a Christian high school, and a section of the teachings in the book was about evolution. So the whole time the teacher's like, yeah, you gotta like say this about evolution, but remember, it's not true. But on the test, you gotta like say evolution works. So after class, I walked up to him and I'm like, you know this is bullshit, right, dude? And he goes, yeah, well, but they'll fire me if I don't pretend that it's fake, even though I tell you. But he literally was like, I have to say it's fake because of religion, but I know it's not fake. And that's why I say on the test you have to say this. But he had to classify it with, but young creationism.
Yep.
It was so weird.
That doesn't make me as mad as what happened to my daughter who just graduated high school, where she had a substitute teacher at public school tell the class that evolution is not true and that God is the reality. And this is a public school where you're supposed to have separation of church and state.
Hell
Yeah,
no. I would have
know.
friggin' had that. I would have had that person fired.
It doesn't make any sense why I don't know, man. Like,
Well, I live in rural East Texas, and
Oh, that
Okay.
explains it.
they get a pass on everything. They pray at football games. It drives me insane.
yeah. But if you try to like pray to Satan, they're gonna flip their shit and they're gonna, say that you're trying to get kids to blah blah blah. But it's like, wait, what do? You're doing the same fucking thing. Like even if it's for the Jesus, it doesn't make it good. Like my favorite thing is there's all these gun-toting Christians that believe in the Jesus, and Jesus does not say guns kill, murder. He says do everything opposite of that, but they still pretend that it's part of their religion, and it's like, no, it's not. And again, I love guns. I love shooting guns. Just we need more stuff to make sure that there aren't so many people dying from them, because in the Americas it's a thing. Anyways, let's just get to the big O. So we're going to get over the 6 different ways to orgasm, and I'm going to close the poll in 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Give them a little bit more.
Yeah.
Well, you
And-
have to. There's a delay.
And we'll definitely most likely go over all of these because I think they're short videos, all of them. So we should be able to get to everything today. Yep, we're still at the big O, and I'm going to end it. And so we had the big O was 38. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Big O was 38. Vages were 30, and arms were 30. So we're going to get to the 6 remarkable ways people orgasm, and it's scientifically explained, is what it says. So,
Interesting.
yeah, she is an MD, so it's a medical professional that's going to be going over this.
I thought she was a megadom.
Yeah. We either find people in the medical field or in the porn industry or in the sex industry that we do these videos about, because they have a little bit of knowledge in that.
Trust the expert.
Yeah,
I like her
exactly.
videos. She's good.
Yes. Yeah, she's wonderful. So really quick, just to promote her, if everybody wants to go to Raina Malik, MD, you can see on the screen on how to spell that. Everybody go there and look at her stuff, watch her stuff, subscribe, give her thumbs ups and watches and stuff like that. She's wonderful, and we used her on our program, our show before. I don't know if this is a program. I wouldn't call it that, but we've watched her videos before. So here we go.
Lips, mouth, nipples, anus, prostate, and even during childbirth. All those are times when you can have orgasms. I'm
Yes.
Dr. Rena Malik, and today
Yes, there have been people that have orgasmed while having a child.
I'm going to talk about reports of people having orgasms without even touching the genital region. If you're new here and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe and share this channel with your friends.
Yes, we'll all do that.
Already did.
Yes, awesome.
During an
Thank you,
orgasm,
Brainless.
people describe it as being an altered state of consciousness, and it often leads to a deep slumber or state of tranquility. In fact, the French have a term for this called la petite mort, which means basically the deep sleep that you go into after having sex and having an orgasm. In fact, when you look at your brain changes during an orgasm, they're very similar to brain changes that happen when people who have seizure disorder experience seizures. That's wild. So
didn't know
let's
that
talk about
exactly.
the different parts of your body that have been reported to cause orgasms in people. The first part is just generally erogenous zones. And what do I mean by that? Well, zones are any part of the body that is sensitive to stimulation. These are usually areas that are not used for orgasm, and they are just stimulated continuously and can lead to orgasm. In one evaluation of 216 people, almost 40 people reported that they experienced orgasms from being stimulated somewhere aberrant or abnormal on their body. Some of them were from having their neck licked, their thigh or groin area stroked, or even having their fingers sucked on. That leads us to our second area, which is the mouth. It's obvious that the mouth has a lot of sensation. You can see that because even infants will use their mouth to suck on their thumb, suck on their pacifiers or their bottles. And it's believed that the areas of the lips, the tongue, the roof of the mouth, and the throat are all areas that can be stimulated for some people achieve climax. And that's why some
Yeah, oral fixations. People like suckers or gum or other things. So yeah, that's definitely a way to experience orgasmic feelings. I've never had an actual orgasm from eating.
I was
Maybe
gonna say, I don't know. I don't exactly have an orgasm when I'm drinking coffee or smoking a cigarette or something. So
yeah.
Oh no, but sometimes when you eat food, it can be really good, and we'll get close.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I have been stoned and drunk at 3 o'clock in the morning and eating Taco Bell, and even though that's a horrible thing, you bite into it and you're just like, oh, I just like jizzed in my pants technically or internally. I didn't actually, but the sensation or biting into a really, really good steak or a really well made burger, a hamburger or cheeseburger or something. In those cases, you're like, oh, dude, okay, that was wonderful. And I'm sure every dish that Mango makes, you would probably almost have an orgasm eating. So I get the partial. I just don't know about the full experience of one, but I can see how it's related to one.
people may be very turned on by giving oral sex to others. The next area is the nipples. And I've actually
Has anybody ever had an orgasm giving oral?
yes.
Okay, sweet, awesome. Because I
have
want to say
not,
that,
but I do thoroughly enjoy it.
okay, because I want to say that I've seen some of my exes actually have an orgasm while giving me it, so I can see that. Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yes.
made a short video about this before, but the nipple stimulation for many women and even some men can lead to orgasm. And why does this happen? So there's two reasons. One is that stimulation of the nipples releases a hormone called oxytocin. And this hormone is typically also released after achieving orgasm and has been seen to be elevated for as long as 5 minutes post-orgasm. The other reasons and the parts of the brain that are stimulated from nipple stimulation are very similar to the areas of the brain that are stimulated with genital stimulation, vaginal or clitoral stimulation. You can see that here on this image that the same areas of the brain are stimulated when you're having clitoral vaginal stimulation as you are as having nipple stimulation.
Okay, so toe, nipple, clitoris, vagina, and then cervix. Okay.
I can confirm this one. I've been with a girl that could orgasm from me playing with her nipples.
Yeah, I've I don't know if I made somebody orgasm specifically off nipples, but I've gotten people to have heightened pleasure from playing with their nipples?
Actually,
The anus.
I've actually had an orgasm just from somebody running a feather over my nipples.
Nice. Okay. That's why we go over these things, because we need way more education in the world about all of this stuff to figure out better ways to please each other.
Separate from the prostate, which I've talked about before in my video about prostate massage, the anus is also very pleasurable for some people. And that's because the anus sends nerve signals from the anus to the spinal cord via the pelvic nerve. And the pelvic
Okay.
nerve is also responsible for sending signals from the vagina, the cervix, and the rectum. And so women can orgasm from vaginal penetration. So similarly, some people can orgasm from rectal penetration. Also, stimulating the rectum or the prostate in men at the same time as providing penile or clitoral stimulation can be very pleasurable and enhance the complexity or strength of an orgasm for people who do find that pleasurable. Lastly, you may have heard or seen on mainstream media people talking about having orgasms during childbirth. Well, in fact, it is true. About less than
I've talked to, I think, a couple different people at least that have claimed that said this happened to them while giving birth.
I've never had it happen to me while giving birth. As for anal, like that is one of the ways that actually makes me squirt everywhere. So
Yeah, I can see that because it's hitting that part in the upper inside that could cause that. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
than 1% or 0.3% of women have been reported to experience orgasms during childbirth. There's a few reasons for this. One is that during the passage of the baby, it can stimulate areas that are typically erogenous, like the G-spot, like I've talked about before in
And what would you rather have during childbirth as an organism? Pain or pleasure? So you would think
I
that
was
it would
so
be.
damn numb, I had neither. So
Well, that may be why you didn't have one. But exactly, if you're a organism that is trying to procreate, you're going to try to make it as pleasurable as possible. So by having those nerve endings in those places, again, what would you rather have? An orgasm or pain? And I'm not saying that it should be sexual that you had a kid, but it would be way better for your body to go, oh, this is a good thing than not. I don't know if it was the 19 and counting or whatever on that fucking show. What is it called, Mango? 19 and counting or something?
19 kids and
Anyways,
counting.
yeah. Anyways,
Well,
one
now
of
it's just
them.
called counting on.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're up to like 30 kids.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know.
So they're not up to 30 kids. In between, she did give birth to 20.
But now they're counting the kids of the kids and the kids and kids, right? So it's like grandkids and other things, right? Now is what they're counting. Okay, so anyways, I don't think it was her, but it was somebody else who was like, you know why I keep having kids? Because every time I do, I have an orgasm. You know what that means? Her husband never gives her an orgasm, and she's only having kids to like come, which that is horrible. What is going off in the background? Okay, so let's keep going. And I'm going to grab a beer, so I will be right back, and we'll stop if we need to.
My video, as well as the vaginal canal. Another reason is that during childbirth, a lot of oxytocin, that hormone we talked about earlier, is released, which is also released during times of orgasm. And lastly, the areas that your body lights up when you're having pain are also very similar to the areas that light up in your brain when you're having orgasms. That's why some people do enjoy doing things like BDSM or having pain incorporated in sexual pleasure. Next, you can also have erections during sleep, which are not due to any sort of genital stimulation. I made a whole video about morning wood or nocturnal penile tumescence, which talks about why people get erections at night, and even women get erections of their clitoris at night, which is completely due to changes in hormones, sleep, and your nervous system. And all those taken together cause these erections rather than actual stimulation of your genitals. And lastly, in patients who've had spinal cord injuries, and this is very interesting to me because I take care of a lot of patients who have spinal cord injuries, and they do have difficulty getting orgasms. But the skin at the area of the level of the injury, right above it, is usually very sensitive. And in fact, when you stimulate that area in just the right way, these can lead to orgasms in patients who have problems with their spinal cord. There's also this one disorder called the persistent genital arousal disorder. If you want to learn more about that, it's actually a very crazy and distressing disorder for many, many people. If you want to learn more about that, comment below. I'll make a video about it. As always, remember to take care of yourself because you are worth it.
Okay, I'm going to go back just a tiny bit to hear what she said about that last
this
disorder.
One disorder called the persistent genital arousal disorder. If you want to learn more about that, it's actually a very...
Okay, I've heard about this, and we have not gone over it. So if there's anybody else who wants to talk about that, we can talk about that in another episode. Let's see. I'm gonna go
And we
back.
can talk about it later.
Is
Yeah,
that
we'll definitely-
just real fast? Is that the one where you perpetually orgasm?
I believe so. I
Okay.
believe that's what it is. Or just like walking in your pants makes you aroused, and then you can orgasm. Or sitting down, or just everyday activity somehow gets you to orgasm. Not that you're constantly, but things are arousing you in certain ways, so your body just can't not.
I know this doesn't have to do with it, but my friend actually took out her clit piercing because she could not walk without having an orgasm.
Yeah, well, see, that's the reason why you're supposed to get your hood pierced and not your clit, because when you have your okay, I'll just do it this way. So yeah, your clit is here, and then you have a covering over it.
Mhm.
I guess we should probably look up a photo or a drawing. So if you get your clit pierced and you have something that goes over that, as you walk, it is moving that ring inside your clit. So of course you're gonna have an orgasm because you're like literally vibrating your clit.
That's
With
what
the
I figured.
piercing. Yeah. So that's why you get the hood pierced, because the hood will kind of rock with your body while you walk, but it's not going to vibrate the clit like having an actual piercing in there. And that's the problem. And same with some male genital piercings. There's the Jacob's ladder, which is on the bottom that you get multiple times. And a lot of times they pierce the male clit with it. And so you will get gentlemen who are being aroused constantly by that, doing kind of the same thing. And then they get ED, erectile dysfunction, and or you have to do more extreme sex to get aroused. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, the more that you play with nerve endings, the less feeling you have. So don't, at a young age, try roughing your stuff up, because it's going to be harder to get off when you get older. I guess that's the best advice I could get.
And I don't know this to be true for every woman, but I've known a few that got implants, and after they did, they lost sensitivity in their nipples.
Yeah, because they usually go through the nipple, and so
Yeah, the nerve
most
endings
of
are cut in the nipple.
Yeah, and so unfortunately, you're going to have deadening in those nerve endings. The other thing about breast implants is the more that you mess with things, the more it's gonna kill the nerves. So try to not mess with your genitalia until like
And I'm going to go into a sensitive subject, but it's also known that women who were molested as a child, it's harder for them to have an orgasm that way.
there's definitely mental blocks, and even with
Not even just the mental block,
anybody,
it's
yeah.
the sensitivity is just gone.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Okay, well,
Like a friend of mine can't get off clitorally. Period.
Yeah. And that's actually what I was hoping, that the 6 different orgasms was going to go over was a little bit more of like the different types of ways to orgasm, and she kind of did, but yeah. Let's hope that the mango comes back soon, because I want to go over to what not to put in your vagina by an OBGYN. And what most of these are is like the jade egg that what's her name sells, the rich bitch, the blonde.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. There's also natural fiber cotton tampons or something, and there's a reason why to not use these fake types, even though there are certain types that use certain deodorants that make it so that you could have a adverse reaction because you're putting something inside, like
It makes sense.
And
yeah.
from
Well,
all the
then let's first do
things
the
that
other
I've
one.
seen from my ER shows, you don't use black light tubes and yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and we'll do the bionic arms first then. Let me
Yeah.
test this. Okay, so we will try it. We will try it at this speed, and if that is too fast, we will slow it down. So this is this is a teenager that has her arms were amputated, and she has bionic arms, and they work really awesomely. And this is the way of the future.
No wires or anything attached. You literally just slip your arm in, and as soon as I'm in there, I can move the fingers. So if I flex my muscles, the hand will open, and if I squeeze my muscles, the hand will close. When I was born, I was completely fine, happy, healthy baby, and nothing really seemed off at all. When I was 15 months old, I basically felt really, really ill with a disease called meningococcal septicemia strain B, and it wasn't until my nana went to change my nappy, actually, that she found these kind of rash-like marks on me. My mum kind of describes it as almost old age bruises underneath the skin. That's basically what they look like, and all she needed to do was like act incredibly fast, because she'd read it and she just knew that it takes life and it takes over your body very, very quickly. So she called the ambulance, and they were asking her questions and stuff over the phone, but she was just like, I'm sorry, this is what I think it is, and I'll answer any questions, just tell me you're on the way. And then she literally scooped me up, and she was literally running to meet the ambulance at the end of the street, because it's basically a battle of time at that point. And I got to the hospital eventually. They basically took me in. I was transferred to a bigger hospital, and I was just basically told that I was going to die. My parents were told that I was going to die. I was given what they said 0% chance of survival. And yeah, they didn't really seem like there was much hope for me. It literally got to the point where they were going to shut my body down for the machines to keep me stable. And they genuinely asked my family, told them to like go in and see me, because they couldn't be certain at all. They knew what was intended was for them to go in and almost say their goodbyes, but they went in, but not with that intention, because they both correctly knew, like, this is Tilly and she's not going to die. I don't care what you say, she's not going to die. So this was actually my first ever prosthetic. When I think I got this when I was 2 years old, and this was from the NHS. When I got these first prosthetics, we were in the clinic, and it was handed to me in a brown paper bag, as if something to be like incredibly discreet about. There was a woman when we were walking away from the clinic, and she basically ran.
Look at how archaic like that looks. I believe it's just like two clenchers. I don't know what this exactly is, but they would put it on, and it would usually barely work for most of these people. And I think the way that it worked was when you extended your arm, it would close. So you had to learn how to like back up, and to pick up something, you had to like extend it, and then to put it down, you had to learn how to like walk up to it. So it was very
but I think especially back then, prosthetics for kids was really hard because kids grow pretty fast.
yeah.
And like these days, you can go to certain websites and get a model to print on your 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's why I think for her at this point, these bionic arms she has are going to be lifetime usable because she's already grown. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, Brainless.
Ran after us, and she just said, you know what, that is the exact same thing they gave to me 25 years ago at the time, and it hadn't changed the function, how it looked, anything at all. But there's basically 3 prongs, and I guess this is what was the fun, and this hook basically attached to this big harness, and that would go over my little 2-year-old body, and the way I would move kind of my shoulders and my upper arms would pull on strings and make the thing go side to side, like almost like a pinching movement. And I
Yeah. So when you extend your arm, it pulled back that little lever, and then yeah.
physically couldn't use it because the strings were actually really, really hard to pull. Like my mom could barely do it, never mind a 2-year-old. So when I was using this arm, I generally looked at it as more of a weapon than a hand. I think I had more fun with it, like chasing my sisters around, pretending I was Captain Hook with it, and slapping them more than anything else. So this was from a company called Dulce Orthopedic. It's high definition silicone.
Okay, so now she has a hand at least. Let's see how it was attached or what made it work.
Slim,
And
I
it's
just
actually
got a
based off of-
call. I got to jump off.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much for being here, and hopefully we'll have you on again.
It was a pleasure. Take care.
Later, JB.
Bye.
That looks like a spooky doll's hand. Like,
It does.
imagine having to wear that and go out in public with something that looks like that. Even though it does look more like a hand, it looks like a spooky version of a doll's hand.
Real quick,
My
do
old
you
sister's hands.
see what I have to deal with? Look at this. I get out a string
Where-
cheese for myself, and I got to deal with this.
Yes, of course. He's going to be
That's
on
because you spoiled him.
I do
yeah,
not.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't get human food.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some more of this, and we hope the mango gets back here soon.
Because sisters are said to have similar hands. So my sister like put her hand in some goo or something like that, and they basically mimicked all of her freckles, all of her wrinkles, and they have the nails that you can paint. These are the ones I would wear out and about, but these were the same ones that, although they looked realistic, they moved incredibly robotically, and it was the same limited movement where only kind of the thumb and I think these 2 fingers would like open and close.
Okay, so only a couple of fingers would actually move.
So yeah, I think these ones were around the £36,000 point. Obviously, they're a lot
36,000 pounds is what that cost, is what she said.
Wow.
Dang.
money, and I think the £36,000 mark, that was like for the pair of them. But when I was getting them, we
Okay,
didn't
okay, the pair. Even that's still kind of a lot. And imagine your parents trying to come up with that money back then to get you arms.
not have that much money like all the time. So I would
Yeah.
usually have to pick which arm I wanted. And I remember I was always had a massive preference for the left hand. You actually, as a child, grow out of the hands and need to replace them as you get older. And you're
Yeah, that's what was just being said. So yeah, you grow a bunch when you're a kid to a teenager to an adult.
arm gets bigger just with like growth and age.
When do you have a point where you first notice that something's different about you compared to other children?
When I got into primary school, I started to notice the more kind of the reactions from other people, and not only how I thought of them, but how other people thought of them too. I found when I was wearing the extremely high definition realistic prosthetics, when I was around people that didn't know my story and didn't actually know that they were prosthetics, I would get a hell of a lot of stares, more stares than I would have done when I wasn't even wearing hands and I didn't have hands, because people honestly couldn't decide whether the hand was real, whether it was fake, like what it even was.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking, is you see this weird fakey kind of thing on somebody's arms and you're like, are you wearing fake gloves or something? Like your brain just is like, does not compute, more than, she doesn't have arms. I get it. Don't look, or I don't need to inspect. But when you
Yeah,
see somebody who's out of like place or has weird things on their body, just like me, I forget that it happens to me, but there are people, all my friends and significant others and stuff, when they actually hang out with me, they're like, they stand back and they're just like, damn, people respond to you so crazy. And I'm like, huh? I don't even see it anymore, because it happened. It's been happening to me since I was like 16 years old. I started wearing dresses in public at 15 years old. I literally have been doing this for over 25 years, been dressed and looking crazy. So to me, I don't even notice it, but my friends will be like, dude, people stare you down, or dude, I can't believe that person just looked at you that way. And I'm like, I don't fucking notice anymore. I just keep my head down and I don't even, just keep walking.
Because it looked so realistic. I would paint the nails on it and everything, and it had wrinkles and it felt almost like skin, but then it moved so robotically. I felt like I always had to wear these different prosthetics to kind of blend in, and you're wearing it more for the comfort of other people than yourself. What if we just went the complete opposite way? And it's something that I never thought of before. I think because I was never told I was allowed to think of it before, because it was always just like, yeah, you have the realistic prosthetics, you're going to look like everybody else. Maybe looking really realistic isn't what I want.
Can you talk us through the process of being chosen by the company?
I love the fucking bionic arms that she has right now. That's amazing.
Definitely.
And like
Yeah.
walking around in public with that is going to be easy to do, because you're going to look at it, but when she feels people looking at them, she thinks that they're in awe of it, and that's what would happen. I would, if like I saw her walking around, I'd be like, "You go, girl! Like that is freaking awesome. I love that shit." You know, like I don't know they're fake. I just think they're gloves, and I'm like, "That's fucking killer." You know, like I mean, so now she's gonna be confident with these body mods in a way, or extensions of her body that are bionic, and these things seem to work really well. I haven't noticed that they work robotically or not her hands. To me, they are her hands.
Yeah, no, but I also think it's same with games. Sometimes it's something sometimes looks better if it looks faker than almost real.
Yeah.
Because almost real, there you get to a point where you start noticing it more than when it's something more cartoony. You know, like
Well, when it's cartoony, you're like costume, or you're dressing up. You go, you know, that's killer. I love your style. When it's fake real, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with that? You know, your brain, because we're animals still, and um, the main reason why there's racism and prejudice and all that stuff like that is because we're small group animals. We only like our little tribe, and if anything is outside of our little tribe, we are scared of it instinctually. So if it's fake real, we're more scared of it than if it is stylized to be fashion, right? So these arms, if she was wearing a dress that was all like beaded up like they are, nobody would think twice. She could walk around the whole freaking night at a ball, at a club, at a rave, at a music event, and nobody's going to look twice. But if she has these weird looking arms and people are on LSD or drugs and it's going, you're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? So yeah, it's all about, it's more natural for it to be stylized.
My mom had heard a bit about 3D printing, and just out on a limb, she was just like,
yeah, like Brainless says, you just can 3D print your own freaking arms now.
like put into Google 3D printed prosthetics and up pop up Bionics, because their hands are completely 3D printed. And at the time, they were a really startup company, and they were basically looking for a child below the elbow amputee to help them develop their prosthetics. And I'd had experience with other prosthetics in the past, building up that muscle. I fit the criteria. They were looking for someone to help. We were looking to get back involved. I had loads of ideas I wanted to share. I guess you can say I kind of auditioned for the role in a way. I know my mom sent them a picture of like me dressed up as Alice in Wonderland as my little promo picture.
Nice.
And Sammy, who was the CEO, one of the CEOs of the company, said like as soon as she saw me dressed up as Alice in Wonderland, she was like, that's the one. As soon as I got in with the company.
Yeah, because that's going to be like a free, good promo for you. You can get somebody who's an actor, actress, character actor, and get them to have your stuff and promote it. That's a great, awesome thing. That's great that they got together to do this. I don't know what company it is, and I was hoping that the manga would be back here by now, but there is a company who 3D prints arms for amputees in Africa. And I think they can make each arm at around $500. And that was a couple years ago. So they might be able to do it way cheaper now. And I really wanted to get involved with that company, because if you are in a tribe or you're in an Aboriginal place where they don't have mechanized tools or tools that are used by an engine, if you don't have two arms, you're technically useless to the tribe. So if you can give somebody their other limb to be able to carry a basket, to be able to make food, to be able to hold things with both hands, to be able to do things, now you made it so that everybody is contributing to the tribe. And they were giving these 3D printed arms to these people for free. So the tribe, they didn't have to pay for it. And it's so amazing what we can do with 3D printing or construction of things to make them so intricate and make them work so seamlessly.
We met them down in Bristol, and they showed me around. They got me fitted with my own prosthetic arm, and they were teaching me how to do it. And I think I grasped the basics in a good 5 minutes, honestly. I think it's because obviously wearing prosthetics my whole life and always moving those muscles, it kind of just felt like second nature to me at that point. So a lot of people do need like training on how to use these hands, using muscles that they never had to use anymore since they've lost their hands, or if they're born without hands, they kind of forget they're even there. But since I was like very well prepared and kind of that side of it all, I was causing absolute chaos in the lab, to be honest. Like within the first 15 minutes, I was picking up these balls.
Awesome, I bet she was. But yeah, once again, she has the most experience with prosthetics than most people, obviously.
And like things and just chucking them across the window. I know I whacked the radiator at one point. There's one video that they have where I'm like really, really little. I'm just having so much fun, like just chucking things around.
All right, this is a bit that we're all waiting for. Would you mind giving us a demo of them?
Yeah, sure. You don't mind the noise?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I
Basically,
love
how
the
they work
noise.
is they are all muscle operated.
I'm such a robot horror. Like, I love the sound of robotics, just like a tattoo machine. Like, when I hear servos, my stepdad helped build unmanned sea vehicles for the Navy that would go down and cut up jets that crashed into the ocean to bring them back up so that other countries couldn't steal them to duplicate their technology. So ever since I was a teenager, just like hearing a tattoo machine and or like a beer being poured out of a tap, it's like home to me. When I hear the servos moving, I'm just like, yeah, I could fall asleep to listening to that all day long. I love hearing robotics. Oh, God damn it. Did I just accidentally?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, okay. We're going to go to here, I believe.
No, I know I whacked the radiator at one point. There's one video that how they work is they're all muscle operated.
Okay.
So there are actually no wires or anything attached. You literally just slip your arm in, and as soon as I'm in there, I can move the fingers. So if I flex my muscles, the hand will open, and if I squeeze my muscles, the hand will close. I think it's just the way that you would move your organic limbs, because I can like see my hand moving on the inside, and it would be the exact same way as like you closing your fist and opening your fist and doing a thumbs up.
Yeah, it's technically the same thing because you're doing that with the muscles, just that's your extension to make those things work. And that's
like
what's
I would
wonderful
love
about-
to know how that works though. Like
so inside it's like a game controller. So in 4 or 5 points or 6 different points is going to be your left, right, your up, down, your A, B, and C, or you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So your muscles just press on those certain little buttons, and it's like pressing A, B, A, C, A, up and down.
Oh, okay.
So there's just a per session of sensors in a certain pattern, and then once you learn how to contract the muscle to touch those certain points, it gets it to work. I think that's the easiest. I think that's the easiest way that I can like describe that. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay, let's keep going.
So the grip modes, there are 6 in total, and it kind of
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So she's going to say 6. So again, it's kind of, there's like 5 or 6 different muscles that you're able to contract, which will press or touch certain points in it, and it's going to get you to be able to move those fingers. And they have ones now that can be implanted to where they hook it to your muscles up here and inside of here, and as you move those certain muscles, it does the same kind of thing, and it contracts the different fingers. But that's more of a permanent bionic arm, which I at first thought this is what she had, but then I found it was a 3D printed, and which is more accessible for the rest of the world. And that's why we're going over this video, because if you have brainless, if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for your 3D printer?
That was about 300 euros.
Okay, so if you wanted to, in your little town or your little village that you lived in the middle of nowhere, was able to go fund me to get 300 pounds, you can literally, I know there's extra costs to get the materials, but literally for 300 pounds, you could get your whole village new arms or new legs or whatever, if you had a small little computer and the other resources, which is the filament. Which, what's the overhead in getting a little bit of filament, brainless? Just like a rough estimate to get some of it.
About a kilo is about 40 euros. So.
Okay, so if you were able to get the GoFundMe to get 300 pounds, your village would have one. And then let's just say that you had a fundraiser to get another, let's just say the same amount. You get the little laptop that you need to run the software, correct? That's what you would need as well. And then you could get a little bit of product to be able to make these. Now everybody in your village or that it comes in contact with you, you technically could get them. So that's what's wonderful about these things is you can literally give limbs to people in stressful.
Not
Yeah,
just
and
people, animals as well.
yeah, and that's something, and that's something we will go over in the future because I have seen that where they're able to give animals limbs or ways to be able to be more mobile, which again makes it so that their mentality is a lot more positive, and that's one thing that people forget in these people situations. In the 1800s, in the 1600s, if you had a disability or a mental disorder, you were pretty much locked in a way and you never got to see anything. One good thing about the late 1800s, early 1900s with the Americas, and it did happen in the Europes as well, was the traveling circuses and sideshows and carnivals. Because you gave access to people who had deformities, oddities, were born with weird traits, a platform to actually be in public and make money and hopefully meet lots of people. I do understand that during earlier times, if you were able to get in good with the emperor or the overseer of the land and entertain them, you could get paid a lot of money and you could like be next to them as a jester or a little person or somebody like that. I do get that. But it really was the late 1800s to the early 1900s that being weird or having something that made you different from other people actually could make you money and you could meet lots of people.
It looks like a menu system. So if I flex my muscles to open the hand all the way, and then if I flex again, I'm going to have you pay attention to the button on the back. That turns green, and there's a vibration on the inside of the arm for me, and you would have seen the thumb come around like that. That's basically me changing the grip mode.
Oh, so it has a pseudo reactionary feeling for her as well. Like she said, it makes it vibrate for her. So besides it moving, it's letting her know, kind of like just again, like when you're holding the controller of a PlayStation controller, it's going to vibrate when you do certain things. So it's giving a response back to her to let her know a little bit more consciously or subconsciously that this is working.
So the thumb turns around and I can do a normal pose like this for, say, if you were holding maybe a cup or a bowl or anything like that. I can do a grasp. This is definitely the one I use the most. High fives, handshaking. It's also how I hold makeup brushes in there because I do makeup tutorials with my Bionic arms. And as well, thumbs up, that's pretty important. Then if I press the button, it'll turn pink. I now have access to 2 more grip modes. So that is the 2-finger pinch. This was kind of my signature pose with the company for the longest time. I can do this, which is called the tripod grip, but I like to call it a peace sign because I was using it as a peace sign. And you can also make those fingers go down like that. Then these are the 2 newest ones. If I press the button one.
Okay, so she has to press the button to change its modes, which I get that at this point in time. So there's probably less sensors inside of it than I thought before, but that makes sense if it's being 3D printed.
One more time, I can squeeze the muscle and do a tiny pinch. And I've been in the lab working with this tiny pinch, and I can confirm it picks up the tiniest beads, like hammer beads, anything like that. You can pick up with that. And then if I flex one more time, this is the last grip, kind of for fun. It's a point, so I can point like that, and that can also go down like so.
Is there anything that you wish your arm?
Okay, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, there's loads of things I wish my arms could do. It would be great to get an automatic wrist. At the moment, there's a wrist in these hands, and they are manual. So if I just pull it around like that, you'll see there's a wrist, but it is only manual. An automatic wrist would.
And it looks like it only turns. It doesn't go up and down. So it doesn't look like she has that mobility. It looks like it's only... but we're getting way better than what people had 50 years ago, even.
would do wonders for not only me but everybody else I know, because you don't realize how much you use your wrist every day. So that would be incredible.
Yeah, exactly. You don't realize how much you do this every single day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Also some kind of haptic feedback, whether that would be a vibration in the arm when you've got a good grip on something, or I don't really know how this works. I'm not a scientist. I just have the big ideas and delegate. Whether that would be like a genuine sense of touch, I don't really know how that would work, but some kind of haptic feedback would.
So in the bionic arms that I was talking about a little bit earlier, there are arms that they're attaching to different nerve endings, and you can feel tension on those nerve endings a little bit more. So we're getting closer to having bionic or fake arms that do have those pressure points. The great thing about this that we want to talk about once again is that this was made off a 3D printer, and anybody has access to this point really right now.
Yeah, most people. But like with the feedback, there could be like a link up to nerve endings. They could technically that would be possible because
Yeah.
your nerves are also electronic. So
Well,
and it doesn't have to be fixed, because
Yeah.
like you also have the hearing aids that
yeah.
just connect like with a magnet that connect to certain points.
This,
So
yeah.
I mean,
And-
I do have to say I am glad that, you know, our technology and our improvement on medical advancements is getting better throughout the
Yeah.
years.
And so one thing I could think of that maybe something, but again, like she said, she's not a developer. If you had a vibrating surface inside of each one of the nodes that you were pressing on with the ending of that limb, maybe then you could have a little bit of understanding. Like if each one vibrated to show that you were actually holding it. If it was just one, you're barely two. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of would be like, oh,
how much strength you're putting onto something.
maybe yeah.
How
But
much
again,
pressure? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The ones that I was speaking about earlier are all done by cables, and as you extend the arm, they tighten. So that's how those people were able to know if they had it enough or not, was if they could extend it and it lifted it, and then they're like, okay, I'm good. You can definitely easily over, but I mean, most people aren't like holding eggs or anything that's like really delicate when you're dealing with those situations. But let's watch a little bit more of this and let's get to the next subject.
What about for the people that, you know, do need to take care of themselves and make themselves eggs and stuff like that? Like how with the older technologies, how would they know if they're going to break it or not, you know?
Practice.
Yeah.
Practice.
And like I was saying, when I was watching about the arms that had just the cables, you would just barely pick something up, and if it didn't pick up, then you just went a little bit harder, and you just tried to not over extend it, which you just will learn after a while by using them. Hey Super Ghost, welcome. If you were here earlier, I'm sorry, I haven't been able to look at the side chat in a minute, but it looks like you just kind of got here. Wondering if someone has actually made a.
Jake Jonas said that if I send him a link to come up, he'll come up and talk with us.
Okay. Sweet.
No, got to check with the host first.
Yeah, of course. All right, so let's watch a little bit more, and I was hoping that the Mingo would show back up, but I think her internet is giving her a bunch of problems.
Really be helpful. So there's a lot of things I want to say. I still have faith that all of them will become reality, and I feel like it's going to be sooner than we all think. I do a lot of like fashion and talk about expressing yourself and confidence and stuff online on my social media, so like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. I love to match my hands to my outfit, like match it to my makeup or match it to the mood, like however I'm feeling that day.
Okay, well, how many arms you got, girl? I want to see them all.
And it's almost like now I look at my Bionic arms as not only a medical device, but almost a fashion accessory too, like a tool to totally express myself. And
see, that's what I was getting at earlier. It's great that she can be like, oh, I'm gonna like wear this outfit, and I can make my hands match this, and it's gonna be more fun for somebody's mentality to be more positive about having this deformity.
Fashion accessory and medical device is something that really are quite contrast, and I never thought I would say in the same sentence, but that's how it is now.
Did you notice a lot more people suddenly staring at you?
Yeah, definitely. I noticed stares, but it felt completely.
Yeah, it's gonna be more fun. That's what she's gonna say, which is kind of what I feel when I go through looking like the weirdo I look like. Is it's fun because people are like, oh, they're more inquisitive about it and less like, what the fuck are you?
Different. Like when I'm not wearing the hands and I'm just have my arms, I don't have a problem with stares. I'm just used to it at this point. That's what you get when you go outside and you look even the tintiest bit different. So you just kind of get used to it. But when I'm not wearing hands, kids especially get like, they're just curious. They're like, oh, I've got hands, she doesn't, type thing. So they want to go over and ask. But now wearing these Bionic arms, as you can imagine, there's still plenty of stares. But it's now not sympathetic at all, like in the slightest. It's not negative. The reactions I get from especially children, I think is just so much fun. And not just for me, but all the other users that now wear these Bionic arms as well. Kids see you in the street now and they just think, wow, like they'll literally shout at the top of their lungs, Mom, look at her hands. Why has she got robot hands? But then the bit they'll put on the end is, where can I get my own robot hands? And
Yeah.
that's something that you would never hear before. And this is my medical device. And I clearly have no problem with showing that off. Like these are DIY from like a local business who like lands these cases up for me there. And we're just having a lot of fun with it now. My main message at the moment is all about expressing yourself and telling people that if they look a little bit different, that they don't need to blend in, even if people have told them they have to, and that's totally up to them. And they shouldn't like be influenced by other people or negativity or the past and history of prosthetics in any way, because I just feel like you control that. And I try to own my difference now, and I encourage my audience to do the same.
Please
Awesome.
do not blend in. Please do not
Yes.
blend in.
I think we're going to end that video right there because I do want to get to this video.
Yeah,
For
of course
sure.
of course you want.
And I don't know if I've said this before, but prosthetics are one of my kinks. So seeing the bionic arms and legs and stuff now is definitely a turn on for me. So let's get to what not to stick in your vagina by an OBGYN, because there are people who are selling woo around the country and telling you to put these things in your vaginas, which are actually going to harm your delicate lady parts. And that's why I decided we had to do something on this. So here we go. I'm going to slow her down some because we need to hear this.
Today, this OBGYN is covering the 5 things that I do not want you to put in your vagina. Like, seriously. All right, stay tuned for more.
Like, seriously, don't put this in your vagina.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dr. Jennifer Lincoln, board certified OBGYN, author, and social media educator. And
okay, really quick, we're going to do this to give her creds. So everybody go to Dr. Jennifer Lincoln and subscribe to her channel. Go to this video, go like it, go subscribe, go bell the notifications, go do all the commenting, all that fun stuff to show her love. And here we go.
today, I'm covering the 5 things that I want to stay out of your vagina. Before I dive into that, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and turn on the bell so that you never miss an upload. And you know that I love wearing shirts that are somewhat about the topic that I'm talking about today. So what better shirt to wear than my vulva t-shirt?
Yes,
this amazing
awesome.
artistic design was done by Charlotte Wilkins.
Okay, well, we're going to go past this because
By Big Pharma. Nobody ever wants
we
us to
go.
do anything natural. I want to stop you right there. Okay, first of all, Big Pharma is not sponsoring any of this content, nor any of my YouTube content, because if they would and they were paying me money, I'd probably be on a tropical beach somewhere. Anyway, also, when we write prescriptions for traditional medicines and you go to the pharmacy and you pick them up, we don't get paid for that. The pharmaceutical company makes money, but we don't. And I'm salaried. I make the same salary no matter what I do. So
yes, sometimes there are doctors who have the company come in and they will give them an incentive to push that product. But she is correct. When you go pick up a prescription, they don't get paid for that necessarily. So that's not how Big Pharma works exactly. Doctors are just recommended on what drugs to use currently for certain things, which can be pushed by a pharmaceutical company. But if you weren't getting that drug, what else were you going to do? So, I mean, that's the other flip side of that coin.
Also, when it comes to like natural things, they never think natural things are good. I do. For example, honey for.
But remember, ladies and gentlemen, if it is pseudoscience and it works, it becomes science. So, yes, Brainless?
What? Oh, she was talking about honey, but yes, I love honey.
Especially on a vagina. Never mind.
For a cold has been shown to be better than medicines like Robitussin. So me and many other doctors, we recommend honey because there's data behind it. So all these things that I'm mentioning here today, if there was data to support it or if that ever changed, I would let you know. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled programming. Okay, today I'm covering 5 things that need to stay out of your vagina. And why am I covering them? Because
Please keep these things out of your vagina. There is an OBGYN who is telling you to keep these things out of your vagina. Please do it.
Getting asked, is this good? Will this cure yeast infection? Or I just see content out there and it makes me want to scream because I have seen what happens when people put these things in their vaginas. Let's just jump right in. The first thing I'm going to mention are douches. And if you have been here long enough, either on my YouTube or my other social media, you know that I hate douches, both the people and the products. Douches have been around for.
Okay, so there are let her talk first, and then we'll talk about my experience.
A long time. And they're terrible. Like, please make them go away. They're like roaches. They just keep trying to get rid of them and they keep showing up. These are products that are marketed to be put into the vagina, either to clean the vagina or to restore your pH balance or whatever other garbage claims that they make, which are all false. And yes, companies like Vagisil and Summer's Eve, they're still around, still making douches. You might think it's something from, the 50s and the 60s. No, my friends, go down that little feminine hygiene aisle and you'll see them still there today. And I've got a lot more content about what not to clean your vulva with in this video up here, so you can go ahead and check that out too. But the long and the short of it is that your vagina is a self-cleaning oven. Yes, that sounds weird to say, but it's true. Your vagina doesn't need any help. Nothing should be put inside, and that goes with all of the things that I'm covering here today. The vaginal mucosa, it's delicate. It is not meant to be screwed around with, and it's usually pretty good at maintaining things itself. Sometimes we get infections and we need treatments, but the things I'm mentioning today do not help. So even though douches are marketed to say that they help like clean your vagina, they've got chemicals, they've got fragrances. Even water douches are not helpful because the pH of water is different than the pH of the vaginal mucosa. What does this mean? All of these products will then throw off the pH of your vagina, can really disrupt the bacterial balance, and can let the bad bacteria take over and the good bacteria end up not being as present. And you can end up with more problems than you started with before you bought the douche. So go ahead, toss them in the garbage. The second thing I want you to keep out of your vagina.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know all of that. So that's very, very wonderful information. I always thought that maybe like using a little bit of something to flush the inside may be better, especially when you're waiting for your significant other to go down on you. But I guess we learn differently. So I guess don't use those and just
wash the outside.
Well, I mean, one of my exes who took a bath before we played, I noticed it was a lot more pleasurable to do things. That may just be that she had a sweet tasting vagina. I don't know if it was different, but she never douched, I don't think. But I mean, just try to keep yourself a little bit more clean. I know it's its own cleaning system, but there's a difference between like cleaning and not, I guess. I mean, I try to keep my balls as clean as possible. Okay, let's see what's next.
Are yoni pearls. And if you've not heard what a yoni pearl is, it's this little ball of herbs that's in like a little netting. And the purpose is that
why would you even? Okay, let's keep going.
That you insert these into the vagina, leave them in for a couple days, and it detoxes your vagina and it detoxes your uterus. I don't know what that means, but the claims that you can see, and you can find these on Amazon and Etsy and other people who market these directly, they claim that it will like help balance your vaginal pH, rid your vagina of bad bacteria, cleanse your uterus, help with endometriosis.
It'll get the demons out of your vagina.
Infertility. It'll help your sex drive. It'll cure your fibroids. Lots of stuff that is completely false and actually very harmful, because if somebody's truly struggling with infertility and they think this yoni pearl is going to help them, it doesn't, and now they've delayed their care. So it's really predatory, and it's just terrible. Yoni pearls are terrible, and you might see people who posted pictures of what it looks like after they take it out. Yes, people do this, and you see a lot of like.
So,
Ew.
Isn't there toxic shock syndrome that you will get if you?
Yes.
So
You
why
can
are
get
people?
something called toxic shock syndrome from keeping tampons in for too long.
So
Yes.
how do these Oni balls not do that same fucking thing? That's
Probably
scary.
could.
I had to
Yeah.
run outside real quick, so I missed the whole Oni ball thing.
Okay, well, it was just like an incense ball that you put in your vagina for 3 days is what.
Oh yeah,
It-
no.
Good detox.
That would be horrible
That's a big
because
no.
that'll cause so many damn infections. You can't put scented anything near
That's
your
what I'm
vagina.
saying. Yeah, no, I know. This doesn't make any sense at all. Like,
People just want money.
and the thing about the scented douches, like, I'm totally anti those because like you shouldn't be putting anything that has any kind of anything in places that never had that stuff. So these like, and then she was saying they do it for fertility. Like, no, don't put anything in your vagina to get pregnant other than semen.
Well,
Right.
the dick can go in as
mean,
well.
Don't get me wrong, like the female condom, that's safe to be in there. There is
Yeah.
birth control that's like a ring that you can put inside of you. That's safe. There are
Yeah.
certain things that are safe, but
Yeah,
I mean, some of the stuff that people put in there, it's like, what? No.
Don't put that in there.
Fox grape flavored KY is safe. It's
Yeah.
KY. It's made safe for that. Yeah.
Even if it's flavored, it's made safe for or inside of the body, and that's why it's a lube.
Gunk, that's the medical term, and like white stuff and whatever. And they say, look, see, this was in my uterus and my vagina and it came out. No.
That was the bad things that came out on it.
That is a bunch of bacteria and
the bad
that is your
things. A woman needs certain bacterias inside of them so that that's why douching is very, very, very bad. And believe it or not, a female douching is very bad because it cleans out your good bacteria along with the bad.
And
that'll cause infections.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. So yes, exactly.
Your body's reacting and saying, oh my gosh, this is inflammatory, this is bad, let's get this out. It's the same thing that happens when you get a cut that's infected, or you get a cold and you make a bunch of boogers and mucus. That's white blood cells and your body reacting and trying to flush out this garbage. And it's not curative to the vagina. It's irritation. It's really bad. And putting yoni poke.
Yeah, and you're fucking with your immune system. So you're going to get a cold faster. You're going to get COVID. You know, all of these things are going to be worse to you if you're fucking with your immune system like that.
In your vagina and some of the other things that I'm talking about can cause more harm because they can cause little tears in the vagina. They can cause little chemical reactions, which can lead to worse problems and can actually increase your risk of infections like toxic shock syndrome, which toxic.
There it is.
What did I say at the beginning of this? Gee, I don't know anything about the vagina.
No,
shock syndrome is natural, but remember, not everything that's natural is good. Okay, let's talk about sea sponges. So this is a third.
These are scary, and I didn't know about this until I watched the video.
Who does that? Wait.
I've never heard of this.
Is that legal? Isn't that having sex with an animal?
Right.
Well, no, wait, hold on. Hold on. They're already dead. So hold on. Yeah, exactly. It's bestiality, necrophilia.
That's so gross.
If how can we make something that's gross sound even worse?
Yeah, and I think we did it.
Brainless Buchanan.
So, yeah, and of course.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So listen to the explanation of what these. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. All Karens probably sea sponge because
I'll ask my girlfriend's mom. Oh.
There we go. Because it seems like all middle-aged white women would actually do this and buy this and think it's going to work. So here we go.
Third thing I don't want you to put in your vagina, and if you're like, Jen, why would I put a sea sponge in my vagina? Some people use them thinking that it's a natural period product. And you can go on Amazon and Etsy and all these sites and see these natural sea sponges for periods. And it is what it is. It's a sea sponge taken from the ocean.
And they're using it instead of a pad or a tampon or other forms of they're putting natural sea sponges, which is a living organism that used to be alive that is now dead, and they're putting them up inside of themselves.
pretty
Sorry.
hygienic, I think.
Yeah, and the other thing is, okay, let me do this right quick. Look at how unhygienic that is. Does that a sealed package? Does that
No.
look like it is
No.
it is safe? Does it look
No.
like they
No.
didn't fuck with that? Yeah, exactly. No. And look what it says. Unique natural
For
products
men
for men and women.
And women? Where does the
So-
man put it?
He's put it in his butthole, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my God.
That's only for their
Ew.
brand.
I mean,
so
I can see using the sea sponges to like get dead skin off of the bottom of your feet, but that's about it.
See, I thought these were for makeup. I thought these were makeup sponges.
No.
No,
But-
no, no. You can use them just like a regular sponge. That's where we got the idea for regular sponges.
Yeah, exactly. But if you see right here, it says sea pearls, sea sponge tampons, reusable sea sponges. Reusable. Do you read that right there? Reusable. You're supposed to put this up your twat more than once.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Okay, let's keep going.
Product. You can go on Amazon and Etsy and all these sites and see these.
Amazon, Etsy, eBay, everywhere you can buy these. It's insane. So I looked it up after I saw this.
Natural sea sponges for periods. And it is what it is. It's a sea sponge taken from the ocean, trimmed, and the thought is because it's absorbent, it's a good thing to stick in your.
But again, what did they do to sterilize it? Is there any sterilization between
doubt it.
Exactly, and that's the problem with this. You're taking something that was in any environment, and then who knows if there's a peanut plant right next to the place that's making this. So if you have a peanut allergy, who knows if there's peanut dust on it or anything? Yeah, exactly. You have no idea what these things contain because they don't have that information on it.
Vagina and use as a environmentally friendly period product. Here's the
And it's really weird. I just realized this, and I think Brainless did pick this up. It says it's a tampon for men. What's a man's tampon? Like
No.
wait.
That was just their logo because they sell more shit than that.
Okay, that makes sense.
the deal though. When they've actually studied this and looked at it, they found little bits of mold, sand, little pieces of grit, like little rocks.
Put sand in your vagina. That's a good idea. Let's do that all the time.
No.
That wouldn't hurt at all.
And the bacteria Staph aureus. There is no way that you can.
The bacteria that causes, yeah, exactly, toxic shock
Listen, I
syndrome.
stopped having sex in the lakes and oceans because of shit that I don't want up there. Okay, I'm not gonna put sand up there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're getting at, which is going to give you toxic shock syndrome from putting these foreign objects in there and leaving them in. Maybe not even too long. Maybe just even putting them in there and leaving it in for 20 minutes may give you this. Because what it says right here is the bacteria that causes. It doesn't say the length of time causes this. It is just putting these things in there that may have the bacteria that causes it.
Right.
You can medically sanitize a sea sponge like you can a menstrual cup, which I'll get to in a second here. They're really bad for your vagina. And they, quite frankly, they should not be sold or allowed to be marketed because.
Yeah, and especially if you buy one from China or Taiwan or something, like, not down putting other places in the world, but if it's made in the Americas,
not exactly sanitary either.
Yeah, and exactly. That's what I was getting at. Is who knows what they did to package the whole product? You have no freaking idea.
Because it's a harm that they can cause. Now, if you like the idea of an environmentally friendly menstrual product, I totally agree with you. And there are great options that are safe, like menstrual cups, reusable cloth pads, and period underwear. So please use those and keep the sea sponges in the ocean and out of your vag, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, the fourth thing to keep out of your vagina.
I'm so glad I don't go through that anymore because I wouldn't use any of those things.
Wait, what? Garlic.
I know. That's why we're doing
the brand that they were showing does not sell those things anymore, or at least not anymore.
Okay.
Because they do have they do sell the sponges, but not as menstrual care.
Okay, good.
They do have a lot of other menstrual care products, but I do not see the sea sponges. Yes, I'm doing research in the background. Not so brainless, am I?
No, but that's why we love having you on, because you do help us with that research sometimes. So exactly. I'm glad they're not selling that as that anymore. But so this fourth one is in case you don't want a vampire.
an anti-vampire device.
Yes. Dang it, you beat me to it. I was gonna say that in case you don't want a vampire to go down on you, you will put number 4 in your vagina. But let's find out why this is a bad idea.
Now, if this is the first time you heard of somebody putting garlic in the vagina, cool, scroll on. But if you're somebody who has used garlic with the idea that you're treating a yeast infection, I want you to pay attention here. So it is true that
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
It doesn't make any sense because its acidity, I don't think, changes any of that to make that go away. But let's truck on, and let's try not to laugh at the people. If you are in the audience and listening, probably not now, but later, and you've put garlic in your vagina, please don't anymore.
garlic has a history going back to like.
What?
I had to put this up on the screen. That's a fake brainless. The real brainless would never ever read laughing my ass off.
Yes, exactly. Totes.
And Skid said, "Oh no, brainless is taking my job."
That's right.
No, Skids, don't
No,
worry.
I've
You're
always
the
been helpful.
Dungeons Google or the Queen's Google. You're my Google, not the streams Google.
Yes, there we go. Okay, so I like this one. Garlic ? Problem with vampire crabs. Exactly. It's how you get rid of vampire crabs. You put garlic up your vag in the crabs. And crabs are vampiric, right? Don't they suck the blood? So
Probably.
I have no
okay.
idea.
Okay, so homeopathic
never mind.
homeopathic pussy pills. Exactly, Demon Orb. Okay, so let's get on with this. And I love how I paused it on this face of hers. She's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Right.
Greek times, Egyptian
that
times.
Can't possibly be a real thing.
Yeah.
For being able to cure certain ailments. And actually, I looked some up, and this is really cool here. So in Greece, during the Olympics, garlic was fed to the athletes to increase their stamina. That's cool. And in medieval times, garlic was recommended as a useful compound for treatment in arthritis, toothaches, chronic coughs, constipation, infections with parasites, snake bites, insect bites, infectious diseases, and gynecologic diseases. I think in the medieval times, they were like, we don't know what the hell to do. Here, have some garlic.
Right.
And I hope the gynecological problems were still oral. I hope they were not putting them up their vages then.
And it's true that there has been some antibacterial properties attributed to garlic due to one of the compounds, especially called allicin, not the person, but the compound.
And there is also a vitamin that it is very high in that I think helps with your immune system. And I can't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but I think that's the reason why eating garlic is a positive thing as well. Not in huge.
Yeah, my mom takes a garlic pill every day. Like, it doesn't taste like garlic, but it helps with the immune system and stuff.
I think it's good with your blood or something like that. So it's just a positive thing to have around and to ingest every once in a while.
Compound. Oh, and there are studies that show that it can help with certain infections. Now, when it comes to putting garlic in the vagina, people use it as a way to treat yeast. And I don't want you to do this because the studies that have compared garlic treatment to our traditional treatments are very tiny and they don't have any long follow-up and there's no placebo group. The bottom line is that these were actually really bad studies.
Okay, so as of right now, do not put garlic in your vagina. Eat it. Somehow ingest it and you'll be golden.
And just because something works in a lab where we've got more data doesn't mean that it's going to work in your vagina. So until we have more evidence, it's not a great idea. Garlic grows in.
And you really don't want a garlic queef. That would smell horrible.
The ground. So you're putting other stuff up in there too. It can also cause vaginal irritation. And when you're using garlic in non-traditional treatments, you're delaying care. So garlic is for pesto, not for vaginas, okay? And the final thing, I don't want you to put yogurt in your vagina. So there's...
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Yes.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Oh, my God. Don't put
eat yogurt, not put it in your... Oh, my God.
What?
So I can't eat yogurt from my girlfriend's pussy. Okay.
Unfortunately, no. Do like a cake or something else that's not, because the problem is
I suggest just putting it as far as the pubic bone and stop there.
Because the problem is yogurt is different types of bacterial cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Vaginas are different types of bacterial cultures. You put them together and you could have a volcano interaction of bacterial cultures, and I'm sure you don't want to eat that if that goes awry. That is going to, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, and like and the pH of yogurt
That's-
is probably
yeah,
not
yeah.
also not that.
yeah. So if you want to eat out of your lover's vagina, please do a cake or a frosting or a cream, which is going to be a sugar base, and that is not going to cause problems in that area because sugar deflects most things, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Just like salts.
Well, but I mean, for women,
Most things can't grow on the sugars, I guess is how to say it.
I mean, for women though, if you get a yeast infection, eating yogurt does help with that.
That's a whole, no. Put it in your mouth hole, not in your other holes. There's no
Exactly.
other hole that the yogurt should go to. But yes, if you get cultured yogurts, which means they are pasteurized in a certain way, to eat those will help with your stomach, your digestive, and your vaginal systems, and the other, your same with men. Not the vaginal, obviously, but your stomach and your digestion and your butt stuff will be a lot better if it's cultured and it's real yogurt. Most of the yogurts that you get in the Americas is all sugars, and it's not real yogurts. Okay, go ahead,
And
Brainless.
that's why I usually take a probiotic every morning to help with my stomach.
But Slim, you said not put it in your other holes, but I wanted to snort my yogurt.
Oh,
Ew,
Jesus.
oh, God.
I mean, I've had yogurt come out of my nose. I've never put it in there.
So
Sorry.
I will pay money to see you snort yogurt. Literally.
Right.
It's gotta be a lot. It's gotta be a lot. It's gotta be a shitload.
Can you imagine watching like Brainless snort a line of yogurt?
No, 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 no,
That would
no,
burn
no.
really bad.
Oh my God.
That would be so
Don't
great.
tell
No, I'm just
Moses.
imagining. And I don't know
My
how
mother's gonna
many.
make fun of me.
I don't know how many of you out there. I know most of the panel has seen what
Oh.
Brainless looks like, but I know what Brainless looks like, so I'm imagining just my really
That
good
would actually-
friend.
That would be funny, actually.
And I'm almost imagining it as his Red Dead character as well, with all the cowboy gear on, and he just walks up to a table,
Howdy, sir.
takes a shot of whiskey, and just snorts a line of yogurt. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, guys, how
Some
much
ideas out
money
there
can
that
I make
putting-
with that? How much?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we need to see if we can raise money to make that
Yeah,
happen.
really.
We'll see.
Yogurt in your vagina, either directly or like putting it in a little suppository or dipping a tampon in it, can help you
Please don't put yogurt in your vagina.
Oh my
treat
God.
a yeast infection. Here's the problem. There's
No, you're literally giving yourself a yeast infection because, like I said, there's bacteria
Yeah, if you
cultures.
put it in your vag, it's going to do the opposite of what it does if you eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a bacterial culture. You have a bacterial culture that's in your vag, and they do not play nicely in that way. If you eat it and it gets digested and then comes out of the vagina as a liquid, then it will play nicely together, and you may have positive effects from that. But do not put it in there. It's just like I was gonna say it was almost like if you have an allergic reaction to certain types of things, don't put it in there, because that's literally what you're doing is you're giving yourself a
reaction.
allergic reaction by doing that.
no data to support this. And the studies that were done that said it worked were once again terrible studies. Now, don't get mad at me for that, but don't you think we shouldn't lower the bar for our vaginal health and instead demand better studies? Also, a lot of the yogurt that people are using is not the right strain of lactose.
Yeah, and like that, what she's probably going to say is they're picking all sugar yogurts or yogurts that aren't really. What did I say? Whatever.
Cultured.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
You want to look for cultured yogurts. Those are the real ones that actually have the good stuff in it, not just sugars.
Yeah, the healthy
And-
properties.
Yeah, exactly, because they're cultured and they've been done in a certain way that have all the biotic stuff is in it. So here we go.
lactobacillus. And the whole idea behind using yogurt to cure a yeast infection is that it'll help with the balance of the good bacteria, which will help fight the yeast. We're just not there yet with data. Again, if that changes, I'll let you.
But like Queen was saying, you eat it to make that happen. The body will process the things in the right way, and they will put those right things in the right places. And I love this face that I paused this on with her.
You're well on your pause game today.
Yeah, your pause game is on point today.
Yeah.
To know. So to wrap up the 5 things to keep out of your vagina: douches, yoni pearls, garlic, menstrual sea sponges, and yogurt. Lots of these things are really delicious in dishes. Other things are really cool in the ocean.
Remember.
And I have a few to add to that.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah. Just don't put these things in your vagina.
And douches, well, they should just be thrown in the garbage and set on fire. But
Okay, I think we're done with that. So go ahead, Queen, and let us
so
know.
I love TLC for a few shows, and Untold Stories of the ER or Sex Sent Me to the ER are 2 of my favorites. And I have actually seen females go into the hospital because they had masturbated with black light, the long tube light bulb, hot dogs, hairbrushes.
Yep.
Well, a few other ones too that I can't remember.
Cookie McSweet Tits went over a whole episode of where we looked over x-rays of things they found in people's orifices that they had to have removed. And yes, we saw all kinds of crazy things inside of people's orifices, although I do believe that part of them was fake, because I did not do enough research, or Cookie did not do enough research to see if they were all real. But it was really funny to see hilarious things supposedly in people's orifices.
But
and yes, electric eels.
And a lot of those are
electric eels. Sorry.
Scary that people would even try. Like, I don't understand why somebody would even want to try it.
I don't know. I mean,
if you don't have anything else and you're too ashamed to go get it.
Well, that's the thing. I've been really, really high as a teenager, and I just looked around the room. It's like, what can I put up my butt? And like, you just whatever you think fits, and you're high, so it's usually not something safe. So that's why we say use something safe. Make sure that it's not certain products, because do you really want to end up going to the ER and having that thing removed from your orifice? Probably not.
And trying to explain to somebody why it's there.
Exactly. Especially if you live at your parents' house, you don't want to explain to mom how you ended up with a baseball bat up your butt. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And whatever you do,
you got skills, man.
Up there.
Yeah.
No hamsters.
No small
people
animals.
Put hamsters up there?
So there was a thing. There was a thing in the 1980s where they would take gerbils and they'd put them up their butts in something. I don't remember what it was, but they would suffocate inside of the orifice, and they would get off on the vibration of the animal dying inside of their butt.
No.
Put their head into like an elephant or something.
Yeah, well, the thing
into an elephant.
Sure, but that's why we have vibrating thingies that you can put up your butt now, because now you don't have to use animals, which of course never use an animal for that purpose. But I don't know why it was a thing, but there were people who did it, and there's documentations of it. So, all right, what game do we want to play as a palate cleanser?
I don't know.
All I want to do is laugh. She doesn't know what to think.
I don't.
Exactly.
Murder Mystery 2?
Sure.
I missed that.
You got it, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Murder Mystery Party. That popped into my head because the theme song popped up on my playlist again today.
Which is that?
from Murder Mystery Party. That's that theme song. That's also the same name as the game.
Okay.
It's on Spotify.
Demon Orb wants to play What's in Slim's Butt. Winner gets the item.
No.
That's for Discord for later. What's
Yeah,
in
that's
my
for
butt?
Discord only, dear.
Yeah. What's in Slim's butt?
Right.
I don't want to win.
You don't want to.
Sorry.
It might just be me.
I don't want.
That's a game that you don't want to play.
Right.
If people are
Don't
curious
share
about the
it
song,
yet.
that's
Okay, here we go. OWFZ is the code. Nice. Okay. Can we win Cash's fist? She will. I'm sure she'll definitely fist you for the right price.
But you're not cutting my fist off, no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not
You
removing
can't.
body parts.
Yeah, you can't take her fist, but she will fist.
Thanks, Lee.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I put it out there for us to be in. So the code is OWFZ, and you just go to jackbox.tv and join us. I'm going to grab another beer while we are waiting.
Okie dokie.
okay. He needs a mini fridge under his desk.
Yeah, he does.
Thanks a lot, Lee. No. No. No.
Of course not. Since when has it been?
That's only I do that. Sheesh.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sid's too innocent.
That's right.
I mean, gee, she won't even let me do anything to her. So yeah, no.
That's right.
Let somebody else. And I'm the fun-loving one.
That's true.
No, everybody can join. There's.
All right.
Are we all full?
We have a full house, but Lee says
You
he'll
can
be
still
right
join
back.
the audience.
So yes, you can still join the audience, Lee. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Queen, will you go ahead and start us?
Is
Lee's
Lee
already
in there?
in. Yeah, Lee's in. Audience.
Yeah,
Oh, so we gotta wait till he comes
that's
back.
the actual audience, I think. Or
Oh,
is that Lee?
No, that's Lee.
who's
No, it's
audience?
Lee. It's Lee.
Oh yeah, that's Lee. Lee, you confused me.
wait,
That's why
Brainless,
he
you're
does it.
no. Who's playing as audience?
Lee is.
Lee, that's Lee.
Okay, so we gotta wait for Lee to get back.
Oh, yeah.
That was
2 minutes ago.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And who's Amber Turds?
Is
Playing
that
as Amber
Skits?
Turd?
Probably.
No, Lee
well,
is-
he did.
Isn't Lee Monsieur?
No,
No.
that's Super Ghost.
Oh, okay. Sid, Queen,
And
Amber
then Skits.
Turd.
That's probably Skits.
Yeah, that's probably Skits.
Skits. If you want to come on, you can. Just let us
Yeah.
know.
And Skits, you do know that it's not Amber Turds, it's Scamber Turds.
Yes.
Okay.
Close this.
Oh, it's Irish Stew.
Oh,
it's
that's Irish.
Stewie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So Skits isn't even in there.
No.
Huh.
Skits,
Good.
get your
Somebody,
fucking ass in
somebody else
here.
has a chance of winning.
Nice.
I'm Prime Minister.
Although I will send Skits the link
Do it.
to come
Do
up
it.
here.
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay, we need to start soon, otherwise it'll kick us.
Come on, Lee.
Okay. Yeah, Skits, that. Yeah, we had to twist your arm. Let me tell you.
Come on, Lee.
No, Ox, you're good.
Come on, Lee. We're gonna start without you. All right, we're starting without him, so we don't get kicked.
Lee's back.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just in time, dude.
Just in time.
Just in time.
We can't hear it.
Who's walking on flip flop? Yeah, we can't hear it.
I don't hear nothing.
This is your wake-up call. Prepare to die.
Yeah.
Welcome to Trivia Murder Party. I flooded the roads myself to strand you here in a fight for your life. Only one of you will survive. And me, I'll survive as well. Humble brag. All right, first question. What's a gnomon?
A what?
What?
Use your device to answer the question. That means you weirdos in the audience, too.
I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Time's running out. And the correct answer is... Who got the part?
Damn! I thought it
Really,
was
one?
freaking, I really thought it was the
It's time.
hourglass one.
I just guessed.
Doom service. We're at room 113. It's the Pegs game.
Come on!
You're going to tap on this board and try to avoid the death zones. Someone needs to pick which slots are death zones. Hey, you! Pick the landing slots that kill.
Great.
Oh, that will make just one kill zone, doesn't it?
There's 3.
Okay.
Oh,
Let
3.
the games begin. Pick a spot to drop from. It's
Go,
fun.
go. Yeah!
You're right, Bill Nye. Gravity is...
Oh, fudge! Fudge.
That's not. Mine got stuck. That's not fair.
I got close. I was so close. I was so scared.
I'm dead.
Really?
Yo, Skits.
Hey, Skits.
I was so scared.
Great. How did that?
Surprise! Remember,
Whatever.
dead players are still players, just more see-through. Keep playing, you just want to use someone else's life force and win the game. Oh, by the way, the audience is a player now and can win the whole frickin' game. If you're not ready now, you can join the audience whenever. It's like super low pressure.
Skits is in it. We lost.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving. In the children's TV show Barney and Friends, what is Baby Bop?
Oh, fuck. I don't know.
Oh. Okay. I didn't think she was any of those colors.
I thought it was pink.
I thought she was purple. Oh wait, that's Barney.
Who picked this?
Damn.
Yeah. Sid's already dead.
Probably got to be American to know
We're still
that.
alive. Come with me.
Does
It's
that
one
show I didn't
European-
pay attention to Barney?
Salutations! Welcome back to the killing room. Let's play with dice. Roll as much as you want to add to your score. I'll kill the player with the lowest score, but go over 21 and you die instead. And don't forget, if they roll a skull, that adds 1 to everyone's score.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's kind of spooky to see skulls on dice. Ooh.
stop rolling when we want to stop?
I guess. I don't know what's going
What's
on.
happening?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch!
I knew Skips was playing.
You and me died, honey.
I knew he was playing.
We died together, at least.
Right. That means we could be necros together.
Did you know this hotel was built on top of a graveyard, but the bodies were never moved? My great-great-grandparents insisted on it. You know, like buying a house and keeping the couch.
Uh-huh.
Let's try another one. If I'm giving myself a French tip nail, which, I mean, come on, I'd never do that. What does that mean?
What?
It's when you have sex with the French maid. Oh, sorry, never mind. That's something different.
Damn, I clicked at that.
Technically, it's 2 of them. Technically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who picked this?
But I know what you're saying.
I have not done anyone.
Technically, it's flat too.
Yeah, and it's usually flat.
It's my old favorite, chalices.
Yes.
I've given each safe player a poison pellet. Pick a chalice to drop your poison in.
That one. Always that one.
I'm going for that one.
I have no idea which one I picked.
This one.
Now it's your turn to play. Pick a chalice to
How many points are there?
Now let's see what you drank.
Uh-oh.
You're
dead.
Yay! Skips died. Skips
Nice.
died.
No, that was
No.
Lee that died.
Oh,
No.
Lee.
You're celebrating.
No, Lee is audience, right?
I am audience.
No, I think
Oh,
he's
that's
Amber's
right.
turns.
Okay.
I think I'm
Oh,
audience.
you stole Lee's name.
Still alive.
When one player is left alive, we'll go to the
I
final.
knew he was
Skips is
alive.
still alive.
Next question.
I know. Somebody kill him, please.
Which of these inventions did Thomas Edison patent first?
Yo, mama.
First? Oh, shit.
I'm torn between 2.
I know that's wrong, but...
I think.
I'm probably wrong, but I'm already dead, so it don't matter.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Who picked?
Yeah, I know what I thought.
I picked wrong. I picked wrong. Hey, I had to keep my streak up.
I want to show you something.
Here.
Oh, he's going to show us something. Pinky.
Pick a photograph.
I hope you're good with
Come on,
instructions.
Lee.
I am
Follow
so
as many
confused
rules
because
as
I'm
you
now
can
not
before
audience.
time runs out. Everyone else is playing too. If any of them correctly follow more rules than you, I will kill you.
At least we're not here as Mango doing math questions.
Go! There's not a lot for me to do during this game. Guess I'll just stare out the window. Rule time is coming to an end.
Damn.
Crap.
I don't
There's
know.
always someone out there better at
I
following rules.
didn't do worse.
I suck.
I wasn't the worst.
Skits is dead.
You're
Lee.
dead.
That wasn't me.
That was Lee.
Skits is dead.
Wasn't me.
No, it was Lee who died.
I think I'm like the audience in the audience.
Only
I
one
don't
of
know.
you is still alive.
Oh,
knew
you're
he was
actually in the
playing.
audience.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, Lee likes to
You've made it
confuse
so
us.
far, but can you
Oh.
escape?
Super
Most
dope.
people in
Yeah.
the
I'm going to give
audience
you a
can't die.
category.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
this is
World shapes.
his
Tap each
question.
answer that fits the category and then press submit.
And then
Let's
we'll
see the
get to
right
it after.
answers. You advance one space for every correct answer. You're on your way to escaping. Oh wait, did you think it was going to be just you? That's cute. If a ghost catches up with you, they will steal your life force.
Yeah,
Then
we
they
know.
can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And they get a third chance to help them catch up to you. Time is almost up.
Got no fucking clue.
These are a few of my favorite.
What the
What the fuck, man?
I don't know if you can outrun those
When I'm
ghosts.
feeling sad.
Programming languages.
I'm supposed to know this?
At least that one. That's the one
I know.
That's the only one I know.
One is a scripting language, but I guess they'll add it.
Yeah, most likely it will be.
Oh,
I didn't know Swift
Okay, so all
was.
three were. I didn't know Swift was
Yeah,
either.
The 12 Apostles.
Karen? Oh.
Oh hell, I don't know.
No, that says Quran.
I know. But it would be funny if it said Karen.
Am I supposed to know that?
Apostle.
Well, not you.
Oh, okay, good.
If I didn't know that, I'd be in trouble. I went to Catholic school.
You're better than I thought.
Yeah.
Sadly, I knew.
Uh-oh. Here
I'm
comes
disappointed
trouble.
that I knew.
Uh-oh.
No, it's gonna eat me.
Here comes the darkness.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Clouds.
Ooh, I don't know if one is or not. I know that is. I think that is.
Time is almost
I don't know
up.
about that. I'm probably wrong.
If you're convalescing in a cloud, you might want to go see a doctor.
Yeah, I was wrong on one.
That ghost can smell your life force. Look out, audience.
Am I the farthest back? I can't see.
Annette Funicello movies.
I have no fucking
I have no clue.
I've got
That one.
It's always that
I have
one.
no idea.
The one that
I don't
sounds
know.
fun.
What, you like Santa
Damn it!
bad?
One of them.
Woohoo, go me! Come on, Sid.
Actual seasons of Survivor.
What?
They all sound stupid, so they all gotta be right, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea.
What's Survivor?
Damn it.
Oh, I was so wrong.
I got them all right.
Never
Still
liked
some yummy
those
life
shows.
force. Don't let the darkness hit you on the way out. Nocturnal animals.
Yep.
That
I
one
have
was
no
too
idea
easy.
what it was. Didn't show me.
Where do you think you're going? You need a perfect answer for your final escape. And that includes the third answer choice now, too.
Oh crap.
Oh. One of
I have
those
no idea.
tallest buildings in
I
the
don't
world.
know.
Damn.
Damn it.
Burj Khalifa. Yeah, it's the tallest
All the
building in the
right
world.
answers to escape.
Yep.
Another life swap. Always room in the darkness. Mascots older than Ronald McDonald.
I think that's it.
Oh, I'm dead, I guess.
I've got no clue.
Welcome to the club, Slim.
Damn.
What?
Son of a bitch.
Well done,
Way to
Sid.
go, Sid!
Good
Woohoo!
job.
Sorry. I never win.
I know you don't. That's awesome.
Go Sydney. Go Sydney. Go Sydney.
Sid. It's your
Nice.
birthday? Oh.
Killer likely to return is what it says. Okay, so we have Mansoor chasing down by a ghost. Oxy unknown. Dragon Queen rolled bad. Queen's King rolled bad. Amber Skirts poisoned. Audience lost at rules. Brainless D unknown. Audience could not escape in time. Awesome. So go ahead and do with new players.
Yeah.
So we can jumble
Let
it up.
somebody can take my spot.
Okay.
Yeah, and mine because this motherfucker is going to bed because
I guess
there's gonna be
Skits
a
can
little
take
man
my
here in the morning.
spot.
Okay.
I guess I can let Skits have my spot. Damn.
Okay.
Enter.
Wait, you can actually hit that bell?
Yay me! I was.
Yeah, it's hanging from the vagina. You just got to ring it. Oh, sorry, that's something else.
Stop putting bells in your vagina.
Don't put bells in your vagina.
Yeah, definitely don't.
Well, people, good night. Have fun. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Hi,
guess.
brainless.
Good
Thank you for being
night.
here. We'll see you next time.
Yay!
Okay, Super
I guess
Ghost.
that's it. A bunch of people left us.
Oh,
Sid,
apparently.
get in here.
What?
Sid, get in here.
Just join. Everybody join.
I think we have enough room for everybody now.
Yeah, so just go ahead and join. And we'll play this last game. We have one more slut to fill. So if you're out there and you're listening,
Come on, slut.
join us and
Come on.
you can play with us. And once we start the game, you can also join us and be in the audience, and you can judge our. You can play as well. I don't know how that works 100%, but sure.
I was
in
smarter
our
than
slut, get in
Skits
our
once for
slut.
once. Oh, he heard that?
What did you say?
I was smarter than Skits for once.
Yes.
Yep. Of course, then again, I think Skits cheats and just looks everything up on Google quickly.
It's possible. Or has somebody on, on what, phone a friend type thing.
There you go. I got
Yeah, a live chat. A live chat. He's
Yeah.
just like, hey, look this up.
They got a little microphone in.
You
All right,
never
come on.
know.
What's this? What's this? Give me
What
that.
can you put in your vagina? All right.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
I
we're
have
gonna
the
give
pull in my ear.
I know what I can
Ring.
put in mine. Or
I
shall
know-
I say who?
I know what's in my rear, but that doesn't have anything to do with me playing the game.
That doesn't have anything to do with my vagina either.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Okay,
really
so-
need to know either.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time you
and
get
that's
the
why
question
we
right,
don't.
it
You
vibrates.
might as well
Yeah.
just start it.
That's what Discord is for.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Nobody wants to hear you talk. We don't care.
Exactly. Skip it.
This is your wake-up call. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
Yeah.
Welcome to Trivia Murder Party. Your free weekend getaway was a trap, luring you into a game of life or death. Only one of you will survive. Quick tip, it's easier to win if you cut all emotional attachments now.
Okay.
Every time he says that, I end up losing on the first question.
So
Which
do
birds
I.
have animals on the tip of their beaks? Use your device to answer the question.
Shit.
Oh, I think I was wrong. Son of a bitch. I
Oh.
was. Fuck.
Fuck.
How do I go back?
It's either really big or really small.
I
guess.
do.
It's friggin'.
Okay.
Oh, I was
He
close.
was, I thought it was a pelican,
I
actually.
totally guessed.
Me too.
Time
Goes
for
like-
consequences.
He says he does that.
Well, I knew the parrot and the other one
Welcome to
didn't
Room
make it right.
105.
Oh, just hush.
It's the mind meld. Type in an answer that fits this category. Everyone else will answer too. And if anyone matches you, you die.
One of the 12 astrological signs of the
Including
zodiac.
any potential mind readers.
Did it.
I don't know.
Keep guessing. Keep guessing, Ox.
Come on, Ox.
Come on, Oxy.
There we go.
Now, let's see if there are any matches.
Shit! I knew. Damn it.
Mind meld.
Okay.
Honey, you should have known not to pick mine.
Well, I'm a Cancer.
Oh,
I'm a
I'm
Cancer
a Cancer too.
Yeah, so I'm the second.
July 2nd.
Shit. July 5th.
You are July 2nd too?
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, that's my birthday.
Oh, that's crazy.
Damn it.
You just
Okay.
might steal someone else's life.
Woo, double birthday party.
I knew I liked you for some reason.
Let's
don't
keep
like it.
moving. What are the colors associated with the two teams in the card game code names?
Huh?
That.
I've never heard of that.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Sure.
Never heard of it.
I'm gonna guess.
I guessed because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Oh, crap. Of course not.
That makes
With
sense.
political
'Cause
parties.
The rest of you who are still alive.
well, it's
It's
not
time.
police stuff. So red and blue are police lights.
Welcome
It's
to room
probably why.
227. Ah, the lost art of letter writing.
Oh, no.
I'm going to dictate a message to you. Write down as much of what I say as you can. The player who writes the fewest of my words will die.
Remember, just
And the letter begins now.
do the words he says.
Dear police, no need to stop by again. That's quite enough. That said, Officer Jones and Officer Smith are a delight. Officer Smith did a pratfall in some carpet blood. Officer Jones took a video for social media. I retweeted it. Time's up.
I screwed up. I would
Now let me just see what we have here with a.
It's
and
impossible
what's the
to do
result?
them all.
Horrible.
I am especially disappointed with one of you.
Okay.
Aw.
It's supposed to type the word that he's saying at the time. So if you miss,
Yeah,
if you write one word, whatever he says that time, you
I
don't-
royally fucked up on the
Hey, still
typing, but
getting
I
operated by a
did what I
kindly
could.
recommending Stan. Great guy.
It's difficult as
Almost
crap.
makes me wish I didn't push him down that empty shaft. Let's try another one. Where was Shakira? You know, Shakira, born and raised.
Oh fuck!
Oh, I'm gonna guess that.
I think it's there.
I'm gonna feel bad if it's.
I hope you feel bad.
Oh, I probably will. Will somehow feel like a racist.
You are?
No. Especially if I get it right.
Who picked this?
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was Argentina.
That's what I picked too.
Yes.
I thought it was
I knew-
Argentina.
Yeah,
No,
me too.
it's
I
Colombia.
knew it was not the Americas.
Damn it.
It's time for donations.
Oh, I hate this one. I always
You
get
each
the
get
least and die.
$500. Give some of that money to your friend. The person with the most cash at the end will die.
Oh fuck!
But if you give to someone and they have $800 or more, I will kill you
I
instead.
always get the least and die. That sucks.
Yeah.
Begin.
Somebody kill Skits, please.
Why would you want to kill poor defenseless me?
Because you're always smart.
You beat me last time.
One time!
I think audience about to have a seizure.
Okay, here we go. It's almost time. And
Time to check the receipts. Too rich for your blood.
Bullshit.
dang it! Ooh, kinky electrocution.
Wow.
Well, you didn't have the least.
Yeah.
I told you,
shut
I
up.
always get the least amount and die.
But remember, if you're dead, you still could win. This game has nothing to do
Yes.
until we get to
Left
the
alive,
end.
we'll go to the final round. Next question. How tall is each letter in the famous Hollywood sign in California?
Ooh.
Oh.
I think it's that.
I'm guessing.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever known.
Does it look like I live anywhere near Hollywood, California?
I have seen the
Really
Hollywood
big.
signs many
The closest
times.
I've been is
so-
stopping in LAX airport.
Closer.
Almost out of time.
I spent a lot of time in La La Land.
Yeah.
This.
I thought it was 55 feet.
I am a 45 or 35.
Sure, now I get it right.
Yay!
After
I
I was
love
Yay! Yay!
magic props. Pick a space in this box to hide yourself.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's not like your life depends on it.
Ooh.
I hate it when people are too lazy to pick their own place to hide. I guess I'll just put you here then.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now I'm gonna need some volunteers. Here's the fun part. You get a sword. On your device.
Well, I mean,
Volunteers.
Sword through.
So many.
Gee, I wonder where they're hiding.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Say, entrails.
Yes, you are.
we got one for sure. Oh, we got both. That's yeah. Sorry, Skits.
Yay!
That's all right.
Sorry, Lee.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh, Lee. Damn.
Whoa.
Dimension
You
still
all
in the
died
lead.
easy, but I still need someone alive. So
Why?
There we go.
He
Because
sucks.
he had the most money.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
Okay,
too
here we
real.
blow.
glad
Okay.
to see you're the one to make it here alive. But will you be the
Oh,
one to?
shit.
No.
I'm going to give you a category. Geometric angles.
Oh, shit.
Answer
Really?
the
Thank
category
God we don't
and
have
then
to answer this one.
let's see the right answers.
Well, it's
You move forward
both.
one space for each correct answer.
Yeah.
Complementary angle. Complementary angle.
Of course.
You're a little bit closer to escaping. But it's not just you. If a ghost catches you, they'll steal your life force. Then they can try to escape and win the game. Here's everyone's
Get him,
next.
Super Ghost.
And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
I'm gonna go with that.
Time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next
Don't ask me
question.
how I knew that.
Monsters mentioned in the song, The Monster Mash. Time is almost up.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Got that right.
Here comes the next question. Beyonce albums.
Oh, cheese and rice. I'm gonna go with those. Son of a.
Don't fall behind. It's only darkness.
There
Matrix characters.
Okay.
Don't know. I don't think I've ever really paid attention to that movie.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
Moving on. Stuff, Missouri.
Oh my god.
Damn.
None of it.
There's
Oh,
nothing in
I have no
Missouri.
idea.
There's nothing in misery. That's why they call it here.
Actors in Sharknado 1 through 5.
Oh, motherfucker.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I've
Al
seen
Roker.
most of them, and
I've never seen it.
they're I thought all
Oh,
of them
nice.
were in it.
I thought none of them were.
Yes, it's so close.
What?
Skits
Enjoy
is
a
gonna
look
win.
into the darkness. Toilet paper brands.
Oh, that's the one I always get.
I don't need to know that.
Oh, mother.
Oh,
Oh, I said Charbs, not Charbon. Son of a bitch.
Oh, okay.
so did I. I thought that too.
British Prime Ministers.
I have no idea.
Don't
Hell, I don't know.
remember. Yes.
Let's just call that a fluke.
I don't like skits anymore.
Not so fast.
No, you're mean.
Need a perfect answer to this question.
Perfect answer.
And that includes the third answer choice now, too.
Oh, shit.
God damn it. I know those two.
Anna.
Damn it!
Yes! Oh, hell, never mind.
Thank you for celebrating my win, Sydney. I do appreciate that.
What?
Damn it!
Come here.
Skits isn't allowed to play anymore.
Come here. Let me slap you.
Ox, Super Ghost, if you guys don't know who Beyonce is, consider yourselves lucky.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Crushed Under Money, Drag Queen, Sid, too predictable.
Not Drag Queen, is Dungeon Queen.
I'm
Dungeon
too
Queen,
predictable?
sorry. And then that's what it said. And then
Okay. He's not getting a well done or
I thought it was
congrats from
Dragon,
you.
but it's Dungeon. Okay. Okay,
Yay,
so
that was fun.
yes, I am needing to go at least make myself some food. So I think maybe if the Dungeon Queen is gonna have people in her Discord, maybe.
Absolutely.
Sweet. So we will be over there. We will be doing that in Queen's Discord. So we're gonna get off here, and then we'll just all go over there and go play games, and then I
No,
can
skits is not allowed.
I believe everybody that's in the
Here.
audience is in my Discord, so.
Yes, and so we'll all go over there, and then I can be more naked and stuff, and we'll have more fun. So yes, thank you all.
Bye, Super Ghost.
Yes, and we will see you all over there, and play some fun things and stuff and things. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you all in the next stream.
Thanks for the invite, Slim.
Yes, of course. Anytime you want to join us, all you got to do is just let us know, and we'll send you a link there. Yeah, of course, brother. So thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one, or we'll
And
see you in
gaming
this
stream Sunday.
Thank you.
Oh no, no gaming stream Sunday. Not for me. I have
because you're going to be at
I have
Pride.
a parade, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I have the
Okay.
Pride parade, so.
But we'll see you next week for sure.
Yay.
Hick Big Dickerson, I think, needs to come out for a stream to do something. So that might be
He's my
happening.
cousin.
Yeah, we'll work on
Yes.
doing a Hick and a game stream next week.
Yeah, he's my
Exactly.
cousin.
Yes, exactly. So
I date my
thank you.
own cousin.
Yeah,
He's my
yeah. There
uncle's
you go.
brother's cousin.
There we go. So we will see you all on the other side. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.